From the bustling corridors of Wall Street to the silent pews of churches across America, one name echoes like a trumpet through the halls of power and prophecy: Donald J. Trump. To some, he is a builder of walls. To others, a breaker of chains. But could this man, this lightning rod of our era, be something far more significant? Could he in fact be the one who has unwittingly loosed the seals of revelation, unleashing the Four Horsemen to ride through history once more? The book of Revelation warns of conquest, war, famine, and death, all signs that the world is entering a period of divine reckoning. With his rise to power, Trump ignited a movement that shook the foundations of America's political order and sent shockwaves around the globe. His presidency, polarizing and prophetic, has been marked by unprecedented upheavals, economic disruptions, cultural wars, pandemics, and global tensions. But are these the coincidences of history or the prophesied signs of the end times? Tonight, we explore a daring question. Is Trump the Lamb, not meek and mild, but brash and commanding, who tears open the seals to reveal humanity's reckoning? Buckle up as we ride through the biblical lens of history and the provocative present, unraveling the mystery of Trump and the seven seals. First seal, the white horse, conquest or leadership. The rider on the white horse is often interpreted as a symbol of conquest, leadership or victory. The rider carries a bow and is given a crown, going forth conquering and to conquer. Under Trump's supporters' view, his rise to power could be seen as a triumph over the political establishment, winning the presidency against significant odds. This could symbolize conquering entrenched systems or ideologies. Some might interpret this as a signal of domination or a more authoritarian style of leadership, claiming victory in divisive ways. Second seal, the red horse, war and division. The rider on the red horse is given a great sword and takes peace from the earth, symbolizing conflict, violence, or widespread division. His presidency may be viewed as exposing and addressing pre-existing societal and political divisions, stirring necessary battles to restore peace in the long term. Many associate Trump's tenure with heightened polarization within the US and globally, arguing that his rhetoric and policies exacerbated tensions. Third seal, the black horse, economic inequality or hardship. The rider on the black horse holds a pair of scales, symbolizing scarcity, economic disparity, or financial instability. The mention of inflated prices for basic goods suggests economic strain. Supporters might argue his economic policies like tax cuts and deregulation promoted prosperity, balancing scales of opportunity for businesses. Critics could tie this seal to concerns about growing income inequality, rising national debt, or hardships exacerbated by tariffs, trade wars, or other economic shifts. Fourth seal, the pale horse, representing death and destruction. In the book of Revelation, the pale horse's rider is death, followed closely by Hades. This symbolizes widespread mortality, whether it be through disease, war, or other calamities. Under Trump's administration, supporters might view this as a period where he resisted catastrophic events or managed them effectively. On the other hand, critics may tie this to the COVID-19 pandemic, highlighting the significant loss of life, leadership challenges during crises, and broader societal disruptions. Fifth seal, the cry of the martyrs. The opening of the fifth seal reveals the souls of martyrs under the altar, crying out to God for justice and asking how long until their blood is avenged. They are given white robes and told to wait a little longer. This could represent those who felt marginalized or sacrificed by the political establishment before his rise. His presidency might be seen as answering the cries of the disenfranchised, giving them a voice or white robes of dignity. Others might see this as symbolic of groups that suffered or were targeted during his administration, waiting for vindication or justice after perceived wrongs. Sixth seal, cosmic disturbances. The opening of the sixth seal brings great natural and cosmic upheavals, earthquakes, the darkening of the sun, the moon turning red, and stars falling from the sky. This symbolizes unparalleled chaos and fear, with people hiding in caves and calling for the mountains to fall on them. His presidency might be viewed as a time of shaking the heavens, disrupting entrenched systems and elites. Cosmic disturbances could be interpreted as symbolic of an upheaval in global order, bringing necessary change. Detractors might see the chaos and fear as reflecting widespread political instability, environmental concerns, or global tensions during his tenure. Seventh seal: silence and the seven trumpets. The seventh seal ushers in silence in heaven for about half an hour, followed by the blowing of the seven trumpets, which introduce further judgments and divine interventions. Silence might symbolize a moment of reflection or preparation for an era of renewal and justice brought about by his policies or influence. The trumpets could represent his trumpeting of change and accountability. Others might interpret this as a period of foreboding calm before greater disruptions or consequences of his actions come to fruition. What happens after all seals are opened? The opening of all seals transitions into the next phases of apocalyptic events, including the trumpets and bowls of wrath, signaling the culmination of divine plans and the final judgment. This leads to the establishment of a new heaven and earth. This could symbolize a transition to a new era, with the old world of corruption and inefficiency being swept away to make way for renewal, justice, and restoration. His role might be seen as that of a transformative figure, preparing the way for better governance or spiritual awakening. Critics might view the aftermath as representing the consequences of divisive leadership, a period of reckoning, rebuilding, or addressing long-term damage caused during his era. As the dust settles and the pages of prophecy turn, one thing is clear: history will judge the man and his era. Was Donald Trump the great disruptor, heralding a new age of renewal and justice? Or was he the spark that lit the fires of chaos, driving us closer to the precipice? The seals, once opened, cannot be resealed. The horsemen, once unleashed, cannot be reined in. Trump's presidency, whether seen as a divine mission or a fateful mistake, has left an indelible mark on our collective story. It has forced us to confront our divisions, rethink our systems, and reckon with truths we dared not face. And so, we leave you with this question. Are we witnessing a man fulfilling his destiny, or a world grappling with its reckoning? Either way, the ride is far from over. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and remember, prophecy is not just a relic of ancient texts, it's a mirror reflecting the choices we make today.